love to feature new brands here on my channel. Today we have a new brand from France. These are French-made watches inspired by racing, and they get a great movement. The brand is called Depancel, and this is the Series-A. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a really nicely spec'd watch with a great movement. So this is the Series-A from Depancel. Now I'm not sure if I pronounced that name correctly. Forgive me if I do not. However, this is a French brand. This watch is made in France. It is a really nicely sized watch that looks like a chronograph, but is not. I'm going to go through a lot of the little details on this watch because there are a lot of details, and we'll do dimensions in just a few minutes. So you're getting a black dial on this watch with a red seconds hand. You have a minute track, and then you have a chapter ring that is sort of a minute track as well. You have applied indices, those are filled with lume, and then you have fence post hands, those are filled with lume as well. The indice or the index at 12 o'clock is actually an applied logo which has lume in it, which is a very nice touch. And then you have the name of the brand right there, and it says automatic in that register at the 6 o'clock position. Now that 6 o'clock position is a 24-hour scale. The 3 o'clock position, the register there, is the month. The day, or the day of the week, is at the 9 o'clock position. Then you have the date right there between the 4 and the 5 o'clock. I actually like it in that position on this watch. All of those sub-registers have texture to them. So I will do a close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. And they all have a metallic surround, even that date. And then the dial gets the same treatment. There's an outer track where the applied indices are. That has sort of a, I guess, a groove in it that goes around like a record. And then there is a center portion of the dial that gets a texture, flipping the watch over. And of course, this is an automatic watch. You get the Miyota 9120. This is a great movement. It's one of the reasons why I really love this watch. You have a screwed-in case back, a non-screwed-in crown, 50 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal on the front, and you get AR coating, and it's sort of boxed. So it's a little bit of a vintage-looking sapphire crystal, which I like, and it says made in France right there. You have a really nice strap on here. It's perforated, and you have the little French flag right there. But that's not the only place you get the French flag, and it's very tastefully done, I have to say. That could go the wrong way, and it does not. It looks phenomenal. Right at the 6 o'clock, at the bottom of the dial, there's a little applied flag. Again, I will do a close-up. It looks phenomenal. You really can't see it that well, and when you do, it's sort of a little special touch that works perfectly. You also get a very nice crown on here that has a little bit of red. I think it's iodized or something like that, maybe PVD coated in the crown, and it is also signed. Very nice detail on the crown. Again, I will do close-ups so you can see what I'm talking about. You have pushers to actually change the day, and then on this side you have, actually the month, excuse me, and then on this side you have a plaque that is screwed into the case. Very tastefully done, actually. Usually I do not like that, and on this watch it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't say the name of the brand or anything like that. It's just a series of numbers and letters. I think it's referring to, I guess this might be a limited edition, so maybe that's what they're doing there. Really nicely finished case. You have brushing on the side, and then you have a chamfered edge, but it's a very thick chamfered edge of polish, and then it is brushed on the top of the lugs, and then you have a polished bezel, which leads you to that raised, domed, boxed sapphire crystal. Actually, I don't think it's domed, but it is boxed. Really very nice. I am very impressed with this watch. The overall looks, the aesthetic of the watch, really done well, very tasteful, and definitely not over the top. I really like it. It's a 40 millimeter watch, so I measure 39.8, around 40 millimeters, and then the lug to lug, a very comfortable lug to lug on here as well. The lug to lug is 46.3. Thickness on this watch is 12.7. Actually, I would say that sapphire crystal is very, very slightly domed, so I take that back. And then 5.7 millimeters at the crown. I think the lug span on here, I wouldn't even change the, it's 20 millimeters. I wouldn't change the strap on here. It's a really nice strap. And speaking of, you have a really nice custom buckle on here. You have brushing, polishing, it's signed, and it's even finished on the bottom, and it says stainless steel. So they did a good job. Everything here looks beautiful. And then it says SERIE-A elegance on the back crystal on that display. And you do get a custom rotor on here as well. So there's a little bit of a custom rotor that again has the logo, and I believe it just says the name of the brand as well. That is it. So a 40 millimeter watch. It's a full calendar. I wouldn't say it's a complete calendar. I'm not sure if that's the correct terminology, but you don't have the year here either. So, you know, there's a couple of things missing for a complete calendar. But very quickly, let me throw it on my wrist, and then we will talk about price. And then of course, we will do a lume shot because this does get lume. I have no idea if the lume is good. My first time seeing it will be yours as well. So today on my wrist, I have a very weird watch. This is a recent purchase for me. It is an Accutron that is inspired by the Empire State Building. It actually kind of reminds me of the watch that I have right here. Not because they look like chronographs, just because they're kind of Art Deco. I mean, obviously one more than the other, but there's a little bit of Art Deco design in this SERIE-A. So here it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. Like I mentioned, this is a 40 millimeter watch, and the strap is actually very comfortable. Black color, and you have that little French flag on there, black stitching, so it works really nicely. And I believe they offer other straps. There's a bunch of different colors for this watch. Few of them are actually sold out on their website, so definitely check it out. I think this one is still available. And I think this is one of the better looking ones in my opinion. So this is $575 on their website right now, and that is as you see it. So it comes with this strap and obviously the packaging that I showed you earlier. I think it's a pretty good price considering that you're getting the 9000 series movement in here, and it's not just your run-of-the-mill like 9015 or 9039. You're actually getting a calendar watch, which is very different, and usually pretty complicated watches with a full calendar are more expensive. So this is actually a more expensive movement, so it makes sense that this watch is around that $500 to $600 price point. I think it's a very good price for a very good looking watch, and it is really well made. The case is very nicely finished. The crown, the case back, everything on here is very, very nice. Anyway, very quickly, a lume shot. Well, there you go. Lume is definitely not going to blow you away. However, there is lume on here. I would say this is more of a dress watch than a sports watch. So the fact that there is lume is great. And you do have that lumed logo at the 12 o'clock index, which is really cool. I do wish that the second hand was lume. I always say that when it is not. But again, this is a dress watch, so there is lume. That is great, and I can't complain about that. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this brand? I have another watch from them that I'm going to be doing a video about very soon. I think that's a really awesome watch as well. It gets the same movement in a very different case, a very strange case. So this is the more normal of the two that I have in for review. This is a good looking watch. The other one is very good looking as well. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you see that one. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click on those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra or interrupt your Prime benefits. However, it helps my channel a lot, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.